Welcome to the next video on network science. In this video, we're going to jump into the practicum. I do want to just note that I believe actually this might be slightly out of order because I think it may have been intended to only attempt the practicum after learning the material in this TTO2 lecture notes. And that's because it covers graph theory basics, and in the practicum, there's a number of graph theory concepts that you would probably need to learn that intro material to know what to do there. Since I already know them, I don't need to go over that personally. So I'm going to just jump into Cytoscape, or sorry, jumped into a practicum. The first thing you need, you got to kind of get your whole system set up so that you can start the practicum. In fact, depending on how much of it I get done in this video, I might only in this video just do the setup. But anyway, let's get started. So we need to get Cytoscape. Now, I'm operating on Linux. You'll be operating on some different system, so presumably what pops up here for you will be different than it is for me. But I have Linux, and so I would click this link. It'll download, and you can kind of see in the bottom left corner that what it would download if I click it is a .sh file. And so I would put that .sh file for me in my downloads directory, but you can put it in any directory you want to. It won't end up mattering, but you just put it somewhere. And I personally, over here, put it in my downloads directory. So I have Cytoscape, right? That's where I put my Cytoscape. Now, to get that to work, you would need to to run it, because that's basically like the installer. Then you would need to say chmod plus x, I suppose. There might be other flags that are also appropriate here, but I think you can just say plus x and then Cytoscape. And if you hit enter, what that does is it takes the sh file, turns it into an executable. And once it's an executable, right, once you've hit enter there, hopefully it shows you some kind of a maybe it just doesn't say anything because it was all successful. Hopefully that's what happens. And once that's done, you can say ./cytoscape, blah, 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 right? Type the whole file name, hit enter again. This will run the installer, and hopefully if everything went well, then I think actually it might have like an installation wizard or something like that, and it walks you through the installation process. And so hopefully all of that goes well for you. It went well for me. Although I did note that when I ran it at the first time, I didn't have Java. I didn't have a JVM because I haven't programmed in Java in a while now. And so I had to go, this computer didn't have Java installed, so I had to go install Java. I think the way I installed Java is I said something like sudo apt install openjdk. I think I did 17, and which one of these? I guess I would just say JDK, yeah. So that's probably what I did, is that right there. So hit enter, let it install, do all, right, do sudo apt update, sudo apt upgrade, and so on. Anyway, so this is all Linux stuff. Just to get Java development environment. So once I had Java, then I could run the Cytoscape installer, as I said. So once I've got Java installed, then I can do ./cyto blah blah blah. It runs the installation wizard, and now I have Cytoscape. So because I did all of that, then if I now go search for Cytoscape, then I can click it in my list of applications, and it opens Cytoscape, and there is Cytoscape. So, so there's the installation process, at least for me on my machine, for Cytoscape. I'm going to close that out now. And let's come back to the rest of the stuff that we have to get here. So the next thing is a plugin for Cytoscape. And so I click on that. And somewhat surprisingly, You would think like, okay, it's going to download and then you download, but like what file are you going to download and where do I put it? And how is the Cytoscape application going to become aware of it? Well, turns out none of that was necessary to worry about. I just click download and suddenly it is installed in Cytoscape, which is both very convenient and a little worrying about just how much permissions are immediately granted in the process there. But in any case, it worked, right? So I just click download, and now this Cluster Maker 2 plugin is installed in my Cytoscape. So, okay, fair enough. And then we also need Python 3.8 or higher. You can use Anaconda Go K. That's all great. I already had that before, doing any of this, so I didn't have to do anything there. We need to make sure that several Python packages are installed. I'm going to do it the wrong way, which is to say I'm just going to use pip install. I've already done this, but I'll just go ahead and do it again. You're not supposed to do it this way because you're supposed to use environments, and that's so that like if you have one package or a module or whatever configured in one way, it doesn't affect how things are configured throughout the rest of your computer, therefore possibly damaging some of the like assumptions that your other projects are built on top of. I don't have other projects. I'm not a huge developer, so I don't need to worry about that. I'm not going to bother with environments. It has caused an issue once or twice, but once or twice out of 10 years, it's fine. So pip install. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to do pip install network X. You're not supposed to do this because if you have various software projects, then installing things globally like this can cause problems. So look into how to install things with environments if you're at all worried about that. But that's what I'm going to do. I've already installed it, so that's all that does for me. You might have to say yes install, but there you go. So pip install networkx, pip install matplotlib, right, and so on. And in fact, I'll also do numpy and scipy, and it'll install them all. But I already had all of them, so that shouldn't matter. And I don't think any warnings are important. So there we have it. I now have all of my Python packages. Also, you'll need to install Jupyter Notebooks. I guess, and it says follow these instructions. I didn't do that. Oh, and this is just instructions for installing Jupyter Notebooks. And so I guess, what is all of this? I've already installed Jupyter Lab, and that was pip install Jupyter Lab, and that was fine for me. What is install the classic Jupyter Notebook with this? Like, do I need to do all of these things or just the Jupyter Labs? Like, probably I just do the Jupyter Lab. See what happens if I do that. Yeah, it pops up. Looks like I have a notebook. Open the notebook. Everything seems fine. So, no, I think that's all I needed. So, I'm not going to bother doing any of the rest of that. Okay, so there we have it, right? So I've installed all of the prerequisites, and at this point, we would now start like tinkering with the problem sets, and I would just jump into the first problem set or practice session or whatever, and this is Cytoscape Basics. Right, and for this we need to download several files, so as it indicates here, do not right-click and then do download, because if you do, you'll actually download the web page rather than the file itself. I just simply click the file link, and it brings up a down, right, and this will properly download the actual file rather than the HTML page. So when I do that, right, I've already downloaded it, so that's why you already see it here, and I'm not going to bother re-downloading it. But that's what you do, right? And I threw mine into some special directory dedicated entirely to doing these practicum exercises. So anyway, put it wherever you want. But I have that first file already downloaded just by clicking on it. Okay, do it again for the next one, do it again for the next one, the next one, the next one, and I believe, I have, so in my directory holding all the practicum stuff, I've already got all of these files in this directory. And then we'll start looking at the actual assignments. So, this is all going to be just kind of an introduction to Cytoscape, nothing terribly deep, although a little bit of, graph theory concepts, but mostly just kind of learning what Cytoscape is and how to work with it. So the first thing, and maybe I'll kind of stop here because I don't know, the video already feels a little bit long. So we'll just look at importing a network, and once that's done, I'll end the video. So let's start with a simple case, Zachary's Karate Club, blah, 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 and it says to import by going to File, Import, Network from File, select the karate file, give it a layout and so on, but I might just stop here. So, okay, let's open up Cytoscape again. So Cytoscape. And I'm gonna import from file, and we're gonna click the karate, open. Right. Actually, maybe the next step is worth doing because you look at that and you're like, what is going on? Why would we have that as the import? Let's go to layouts, right? Because the problem is just that it looks bad, not that it is bad. So let's go to layout. I think it wanted us to use the some kind of like something force. What was it? Force directed layout or compound? No, compound spring. Okay, there it is. So it wants us to use this. There we go. Right, it reorganizes all of the nodes so that they are now finally readable. And we could even maximize this screen, and this demonstrates clearly some kind of a network. So this is, honestly, pretty cool. I don't know if it lands this way with anyone else, but you study networks and stuff like that, and you do all these hand drawings and they're fine, but like to have this really usable graphical interface is kind of exciting. So, cool. How have I never heard about this before? Anyway, all right. So in the next video, we'll finish, and actually, I guess maybe I won't finish the whole practicum because it's kind of long, so I might just finish like the first part of the practicum in the next video.